What an embarrassment. What an absolute embarrassment. Last night was further proof as to why people don't watch pretend basketball. Last night was further proof as to why people do not respect the WNBA.
You are aware of the point at which your own teammate can no longer bear to watch you play. That's precisely what occurred to Angel Reese when the Sky suffered a catastrophic defeat to the Liberty. Cameras captured Kamilla Cardoso physically separating herself from the group each time Reese touched the ball while she was preoccupied on missing layup after layup. It was all captured on tape, and the body language was vicious. Will Reese and the Chicago Sky be together forever? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below if you believe the Sky should trade Reese. Come on, let's go.
The Chicago Sky are already imploding from within. Fans are turning on the team. Kamilla Cardoso, oh no. Free Kamilla Cardoso. She is fed up with the Chicago Sky experiment. Tyler Marsh, once again, salute to you. You are doing the rest of the league.
Believe me, the Chicago Sky just made WNBA history, and you don't want your name associated with that kind of record. They have produced a 60-point deficit in their first 2 games of the season. Let's face it, the number may seem low, but in WNBA terms, it's terrible. No team in league history has ever had such a dismal start to the season. In just 48 minutes of basketball play, a team that had playoff hopes turned into a complete disaster.
Angel Reese had her worst professional basketball game, and I'm not even stretching that out. That's not me trying to be overly elaborate, trying to really make it sound awful. No, she was bad. 0 of 8 from the field, 12 rebounds, of which I believe 8 were offensive. It was a terrible, terrible showing.
You are aware of the true meaning of a -60 disparity. It indicates that you're losing by an average of 30 points every game. The Sky are losing by margins that make you wonder if they belong on the same court as their rivals in a league where the majority of games are decided by single digits. This train crash pales in contrast to other historically poor WNBA debuts. Chicago's performance was 20 points worse than anything we've ever seen, with the worst 2 aims start being about -40.
Chicago Sky fans are officially going to war. They can't stand Tyler Marsh. Let's start here. Worst plus minus in all of the WNBA is, in fact, you guessed it, Angel Reese. 9 out of the 14, bottom 14 are Chicago players. How is Angel running point guard going? 5 turnovers, 0 assists. I don't see Tyler Marsh winning the coach of...
Everything you need to know about this team's decline may be found in the Liberty game. When New York entered Chicago's home arena, they destroyed them 99-74. This is what, however, makes it much more embarrassing. The Liberty's 19 three-pointers set a new WNBA regular season record. The Sky couldn't strike a Barnes broadside, and they couldn't miss from outside the arc. Chicago saw New York shower threes on their heads all night long while shooting just 36.2% from the field.
I thought Angel Reese was dedicating this season to winning. I thought she was focused on carrying the Chicago bravado to the promised land of golden toilets and bathrooms with running water. Hey y'all, it's me, Angel Reese. I'm dedicating this season to victory. I'm struggling to understand the end destination of this journey. I'm struggling to understand the winning that Angel Reese is talking about. Because 2 games into the season, the Chicago Bravado are losing by an average of 30 points. They're getting their ass kicked.
This was not intended to occur. After acquiring Ariel Atkins in the offseason, the Sky had realistic hopes of making the playoffs going into the season. The strategy was straightforward. Combine Angel Reese's rebounds and Atkins' shooting to build a club that has a chance to contend for a postseason berth. Instead, they've made it so that, just 2 games into the season, supporters are already demanding adjustments. There is no greater contrast between their preseason aspirations and this harsh reality.
Guys, -60-point diff is the worst through a team's first 2 games in WNBA history. It's real bad. And of course, last night, We saw this, of course, is the stat patter extraordinaire. Of course, this was Angel Reese. She got blocked, I don't know how many times, by Jonquel Jones, who just wore her ass out. By the way, all them blocks, when she got the ball back, that's an offensive rebound. Certainly maybe the most embarrassing WNBA clip of all time. It's up there, unfortunately, for Angel Reese. There's many of those over time.
These figures are honest and depict a squad that is dysfunctional on all fronts. You're not just having a hard run when you're shooting this badly and allowing opponents to establish records. You are dealing with a total system failure. While the attacking difficulties are evident, the defensive lapses are just as worrisome. When a team fails this badly early on, internal conflicts typically begin to flare up. That is precisely what transpired with the Liberty catastrophe. Players become increasingly frustrated when they witness their teammates miss shot after shot while opponents have record-breaking nights. You'll be shocked by what the cameras captured regarding the team's relationship during every moment of that tension. Before we discuss Cardoso's response, let's talk about how awful it was. Angel
Reese last night against the New York Liberty, one of the worst games she's played as a professional, takes that out on the referees.
Angel Reese missed all 8 of her shots and went scoreless from the field against the Liberty, but given her offensive difficulties in the first 2 games, that goose egg likely only the beginning. Even high school coaches would be appalled by her shooting percentage, which is a pitiful 5 of 22 from the field overall. These aren't particularly challenging shots either. Rather, we're discussing lost chances that ought to be obvious to any professional athlete.
Are you starting to understand why I make fun of this league? Are you starting to understand why the WNBA struggles to draw an audience based on the product on the court? There are missed shots, bad plays, but in the NBA, missed layups are the exception, not the norm. Last night, Angel Reese played 27 minutes. Angel Reese had 12 rebounds, with 8 coming on the offensive end. 8 offensive rebounds. Angel Reese went 0 for 8 from the field and scored 2 points. 2 points in 27 minutes.
This is where Ree's situation really goes south. She has only converted 4 out of 17 shots from within 5 feet of the hoop, making finishing at the rim her biggest weakness. With layups and close-range attempts, that represents a shooting percentage of 23.5%. You understand what that implies. She is essentially standing beneath the hoop and misses 3 of her 4 shots. Fans of the Liberty watched in shock as she missed many layups, leaving her teammates on the sidelines shaking their heads.
This is all part of the myth that I'm supposed to believe that Angel Reese is some great player, that she's the rival of Caitlin Clark, and that Indiana Fever fans taunted her with racial taunts, and people are actually believing it, buying it, and selling it. It's all a myth and a lie, and you have to be a part of some religious cult to actually believe that Angel Reese is some sort of effective, big-time basketball superstar.
The scenario with turnover exacerbates everything. With 10 turnovers in just 2 games, Ree now leads the WNBA. She has a real danger of giving the ball away to the opposing team each time she touches it. These aren't simply simple errors, however. We're talking about sloppy passes and misdirected dribbles that provide opponents easy scoring opportunities. Her teammates are seeing the loss of belongings as their alleged top player loses the ability to grasp onto the basketball. Reese's offensive effectiveness is far below average when compared to other forwards in the league, as the stats show. While Reese shoots 22.7% from the field, the majority of WNBA forwards shoot about 45%. That disparity is not only worrisome. Given her expectations and position on the team, it has historically been detrimental to a player.
Cardoso with the miss. Angel Reese picks it up, what she's good at. Getting another offensive rebound. She says, give me that. How about another? Persistence trying to pay off. Jones gets a piece. Angel Reese won't give up. Jones with another block.
Ree missed several consecutive layups despite grabbing her own offensive rebounds in the viral scene that had everyone talking. Social media fans were astounded by what they were witnessing. A fan pointed out how ridiculous the scene appeared by tweeting, "Is this real or looped somehow?" Critics questioned whether she was more concerned with grabbing rebounds than shooting shots once the video surfaced, leading to instant accusations of stat padding.
Angel Reese can rebound. and has an attitude and has trolled Caitlin Clark into some sort of relevance. And there's this racial protection of Angel Reese. Somehow she's important, and somehow anything that bad happens to her, because I'm sure what we're going to hear is like, well, she's struggling offensively because of all the stress she's dealing with. She's created this stress by trolling Caitlin Clark and by trying to pick fights with Caitlin Clark and by jumping up and getting in Caitlin Clark's face, and is going to end in embarrassing fashion.
These combative conflicts are not occurring in a vacuum. Team chemistry begins to deteriorate when your star player misses gimme layups and goes 0 for 8 in a home game. On the bench, you can see teammates' annoyance growing as scoring opportunities pass them by. The offensive system as a whole collapses when players begin to lose faith in their teammates' ability to convert easy shots. And during the Liberty game, cameras captured just that moment involving Kamilla Cardoso.
The person who should be throwing temper tantrums on the Chicago Sky, that person should be this woman right here. That person should be Kamilla Cardoso. Look at the frustration oozing out of Kamilla Cardoso. She gets a switch, Natasha Cloud, she's posting her up. We can't get an entry pass to Kamilla Cardoso.
Everything that happened during the Liberty disaster was captured on tape, and what they showed about Kamilla Cardoso's annoyance would make you wonder about the cohesiveness of the entire SU team. Cardoso physically separated himself from the remainder of the bench each time Angel Reese touched the ball and missed another shot. She was actually separating herself from her teammates as she saw the offensive collapse play out in real time. So this wasn't just subtle body language either.
If I'm Kamilla Cardoso, I am upset with how this offense is looking. If I'm Kamilla Cardoso, I'm upset that I still can't manage to get an entry pass. If I'm Kamilla Cardoso, I'm upset that I still need to deal with this type of amateurism in the WNBA. The Angel Reese shoot, miss, shoot, miss, shoot, miss, shoot, miss, shoot, miss experiment. Okay, this is where Kamilla Cardoso, look, pass it out. Look at Kamilla Cardoso on the bottom of your screen here. Pass it out, kick it out. Let me shoot a midi. How many attempts do we need at the same shot? Over and over and over and over again.
Cardoso's response after Reese missed her third consecutive shot attempt in the third quarter was particularly telling. Cardoso's shoulders appeared to slump as she moved around on the bench. She started putting obvious distance between herself and the other players instead of sitting with the squad. This type of public outburst of annoyance from a player who is well known in the league for her professionalism says a lot about how dysfunctional Chicago is.
Reports came out that Kamilla Cardoso was sold on the Tyler Marsh signing. Rumor came out that Kamilla Cardoso wasn't excited, wasn't too pleased with how Teresa Weatherspoon was using her last year. So when she heard Tyler Marsh, when she got a sniff of Tyler Marsh possibly coming on board, they talked, laid out the game plan. Kamilla Cardoso was bought in. Kamilla Cardoso was drinking the Kool-Aid, eating what Tyler Marsh was feeding her. But again, sold a fake bill of goods.
You know what's even more important about this? Cardoso typically doesn't display this kind of emotion during games. Instead, she has established a reputation for remaining calm no matter what occurs on the field. You can tell the situation has reached a breaking point when a player with that kind of character is unable to conceal her disappointment on live television. It was impossible to overlook because her supporters could see how frustrated she was. After the game, veteran point guard Courtney Vanderloot spoke to reporters and didn't sugarcoat the team's issues. "A lot of them are just dumb plays," she said. "We haven't yet discovered an offensive groove. A bit out of time, it will happen eventually. We must actively improve our chemistry. We are trying to figure out spacing. We haven't figured out how we can position our post players so it benefits us," Vanderloot added, highlighting their spacing problems.